Hey guys, what's going on? It's Luke with the Common Investor here, bringing you back another video. If you watched the other two videos, I went into what's in my $1,000 Robinhood portfolio, and I also went into what's in my $500 M1 Finance portfolio. So I figured today would be a good day to, do a video on, the pros and cons of M1 Finance and Robinhood, and what platform I think is better. So. Starting off with M1 Finance, I have that pulled up right here. Um, the thing I like most about M1 Finance is the fact that you can buy fractional shares. So with M1 Finance, you can essentially buy any amount of stock that you want. You could even buy a share of Amazon for $10. Amazon's about $1,700 as of right now. And a lot of newer investors can't get their hands on a piece of Amazon, and Amazon's a really great company. A lot of people want to invest in them, and they can't do that through buying individual shares. So that's why a platform like M1 Finance is so beneficial that you can just buy any amount of shares. So as you can see here, I have four ETFs in my M1 Finance portfolio, QQQ, SPHD, VTI, and SPY. And as you can see, the only stock that I have more than one of or one full share of is SPHD. And the fact that they're $40 makes it a little bit easier to get my hands on a few of those. But like QQQ, VTI, and SPY, I wouldn't have been able to have this kind of portfolio if I had to make full one share buys on these companies. So I think that is one big pro of M1 Finance. Another pro of M1 Finance is the research. There is a lot of research that you can look into kind of the different stocks, different funds. And one of my favorite things here is the expert pies. So within M1 Finance, they have like general investing, hedge fund followers, indices. So if you're a beginner investor and you're not too sure what you want to invest in, you can come right over here and get the funds pre-populated for you, and there's no expense ratios whatsoever. So if you wanted to follow someone like Warren Buffett, his company Berkshire Hathaway, A shares are about $300,000, which most people can't get their hands on one share of those, but the B shares are a little more price conscious at just over $100. But as you can see, you can put any amount in there. So Berkshire Hathaway, if we click into here, it'll show the holdings and their targets. So Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway is holding about 22% Apple, 12% Bank of America, and so on and so forth. It has all the holdings there, no matter how small, even 1%. And you can check out other hedge funds, hedge fund followers that you're looking into. And then let's say you just kind of want to be a general investor. They have anywhere from ultra conservative to ultra aggressive. So depending on where you're at in your investing cycle and what your if you want to be more aggressive or more conservative, you can click any one of these portfolios. You can also check the performance 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and essentially just set it and forget it. Another thing I really like about M1 Finance is when you invest money into the platform. After about $10, it will automatically invest, and M1 Finance has a bit of a smart matching, smart buying technology, so it'll actually buy more heavily into the stocks if you have auto invest on, into the stocks that are doing a little not as great in your portfolio and less into the ones that are doing good. So you can kind of average in and know that you're buying low and selling high. Kind of getting into one thing I don't like about M1 Finance is that there's a small trading window when you go to actually invest money in it. I believe it's 11 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time that it'll actually invest. So it's hard to kind of time exactly when you want to invest, and it's definitely more of a longer term approach. So that's my review on M1 Finance. Would definitely recommend it to beginner investors, since you can put such small amount of capital in and get any share that you want to invest in. So moving on to Robinhood. Robinhood definitely has a soft spot. They were the ones that got me into investing. So with Robinhood, it's very easy to buy and sell stocks. If you want to be more of a trader, you can, buy and sell at any time. Like I'll give you an example here. If we go into Procter and Gamble, I'll show you just how easy it is to, buy and then sell a stock. So if you wanted to, buy a stock, you would just go in here, click Buy Procter and Gamble, type in the amount of shares that you were looking to do, review order, and it would execute. Obviously, if it's after hours, you're not going to pick up any shares. Another thing that I like about Robinhood is that you can trade options. Now, options is a little bit more of an advanced investing technique, more of a trading, wouldn't say investing technique. So you can, buy calls and buy puts. Save that for a whole nother video. Can go on into a lot of detail with that, but that's another, pro that Robinhood has. Um, One con that with Robinhood that I don't like about them is that there's such a lack of research. So if you're looking into a stock, so you click on, let's say you click on Square, for example. Not sure why it's taking forever. So it'll show you kind of a little brief blurb of about. It'll show like CEO, employee size, show the dividend yield, which it's never really 100% accurate, and that's really all they will show you. Obviously, they'll show you up to a 5-year trend, but there's no real technical analysis and not a lot of in-depth analysis on stocks. So I would say that's one con of Robinhood. Both Robinhood and M1 Finance are both commission free. Would definitely recommend them to beginner investors and any investor with smaller amounts of capital. Which one I like better? Honestly, I do like both, and I'll get into why. So I believe Robinhood is the better platform if you're looking to trade, which is more of my strategy for my Robinhood portfolio anyway. And if you're more of a longer term investor and kind of want to take a hands-off approach, I would definitely recommend starting off with M1 Finance for the sole purpose that you can get those fractional shares, kind of set it, forget it, add money in and know it's going into the stocks that are performing, a little less well, and not as much into the ones that are doing a little bit better. So not to make the video too long, I'll end it there. If you like the video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Do you prefer Robinhood or do you prefer M1 Finance? Would love to get your thoughts on that. And if you're looking to open up an account with either Robinhood or M1 Finance, feel free to use the link in the description below. If you sign up with Robinhood, you'll get a free stock. If you sign up with M1 Finance, you'll get a free $10. Thanks, guys.